What does a producer do? Whenever the Best Picture winner is announced at the Oscars, the statues go to film's producers. Why? Because at a fundamental level, it is the producer who gets the movie made. Hi, I am Nikhil Krishnan. This is my YouTube channel, The Reluctant Filmmaker. This is the first episode. Stating the obvious here, I'm a little self conscious. Let me power through it. I have prepared a note on this topic, which I will refer now and again. I will read off it to elaborate certain topics. Once again, thanks for tuning in. In this episode, I'm going to talk about that cryptic job title forever shrouded in mystery, the movie producer. What does that mean? Everybody knows what a director does or a screenplay writer does, but what does a producer do? And more often than not, that question is asked with an air of condescension. Producers are looked down upon. I should know because I have been at the receiving end of that question many times, and that too in a film school. Let's not jump the gun here. Let me introduce myself properly. I am Nikhil Krishnan. I hail from the great South Indian state of Kerala. To all the non-Indians out there, Kerala means land of coconuts. And about 7 years ago, I decided to join a film school. To be honest, producing wasn't my first choice. Like most film aspirants in the subcontinent, I applied for film direction and was promptly rejected. Thus, I opted for the alternate option of production methodologies. And long story longer, after some 3.5 years, I came out of the institute with a postgraduate diploma in producing for film and television. After my graduation, I was like a pilot with 200 hours of flying time, which made me the most dangerous thing around. I had indubitably grown beyond the novice stage, but was not experienced to realize the extent of my ignorance. So, it's in my interest and in my wheelhouse to dispel any myths about this aspect of filmmaking. So, what does a producer do? And why are there so many different types of producers? Both of these are loaded questions. Let's unpack these one by one. A competent producer will cultivate a germ of an idea into something big, tangible, and bright on screen. In other words, a producer is the person who is responsible for finding and launching a project, arranging financing, hiring writers, directors, and key members of the creative team. And he also oversees all elements of pre-production, production, and post-production right up to the release. Some movies and shows have multiple producers. Some of them hold the title in name only, in exchange for giving up rights to the story, for contributing financing to the project. Now, let's try to get a grip on producers' responsibilities at different stages of filmmaking. During prep, producers try to keep the movie within the budget. They try to negotiate with agents, find cast and crew who may work for scale, and in general keep the momentum on so that the project doesn't end up in limbo. During production, producer becomes the wrangler of egos on set. For various reasons, producers cannot always personally supervise all parts of the production. For example, some producers run a company which also deals with film distribution. Also, cast and film crew often work at different times and places, and certain films even require a second unit. During post-production, he helps the editor by providing notes. They also rein in the budget on VFX and special effects attributes. A producer has to keep an eye on the numbers. In short, a producer may do any or all of these. The key role of the producer is to develop material, getting it ready for production. There are different types of producers depending upon their utility. Executive producer. The EP oversees all the other producers on the production. Sometimes people are given credits because their association helps with the budget or securing financing for the project. Line producer. They are the foot soldiers of the movie industry. Line producer or LP manages the staff and day-to-day operations and oversees each and every physical aspect. They are responsible for human resource and handling of any problems that come up during production. A line producer's domain is all that happens outside the core crew. They assist the executive producers, introduce new concepts and ideas that may align with the brand initiatives of the project, supervise other producers and ensure they and their production work is within union regulations, maintain the budget and approve. Also, they may maintain the budget and approve schedules. Associate producer. It could be a friend of someone high up. It could be someone the production owes a favor to. He performs under the supervision of another producer. Responsibilities will vary from project to project and may include organizing production personnel, coordinating set construction, operating a teleprompter, supervising lighting or sound plans, and editing scripts. Associate producer may have a hand in the production but will not be physically producing it. Like many other producer credits, associate producer is the one that can be part of a negotiation. If someone lets you use a location they own for free or with a generous discount, that might be considered an associate producer credit. What the hell does a TV producer do? So, how do hierarchies and different functions of a TV producer differ from that of a movie? Well, it's a mix. They differ and overlap in some aspects of their function. Television producers assist the executive producers. They also assist with the hiring of a marquee talent. A producer in TV is a creative decision maker and not often involved in nuts and bolts of the day-to-day production. This basically sums up the job description of a producer and different types of producers. Hopefully it was of some value to you. I came to filmmaking as a wannabe director and saw the craft of producing as an extension of directing. So I offer this episode accordingly. Like and share the episode. Subscribe to the Reluctant Filmmaker to see more episodes like this.